You got anything? I got something for you.
Good.
Well, I just want to let y'all know it's Claude's birthday. I'm sure most of y'all know, so it's your birthday. I had asked him earlier what he wanted for his birthday, and he told me that he really wanted to get this whole quarterback thing out of the way. So he said it'd make his life a lot less stressful if we could get this quarterback thing out of the way. So I figured with that, I'd go ahead and let y'all know that it'll be a couple more days.
Not the greatest birthday present I ever got.
I don't know, today kids pushed hard, and I'm really proud of the way they're practicing because they're pushing hard. They pushed hard yesterday, and they pushed hard today, and we had good physical practices the last 2 days, so I'm pleased with that. And we're getting to work on a lot more of the game plan stuff, so that's positive. Shell's floor.
Noticed Kevin Butler out there today. I understand he's been out there for a while.
Man, y'all have been off y'all's mark. We have been waiting on that.
He's kind of incognito. You got the big hat and the glass. I don't know. But can you talk about how that came together?
Up with that, Chubb, because I'm waiting on somebody. I was just kind of like, we had bets on who would come up with the question. But he's an undergraduate student. He's finishing up his degree, which allows him to help us. And I think it's the greatest asset that a first-year coach could have, especially for somebody who really has not dealt on the psychological level with kickers. And who better to have than one of the greatest to ever kick in the game. And obviously he doesn't, he's not able to be there every day. He's got classes, he's got other things he's got going on. He's got his personal life, his family. But I'm very grateful that he's willing to do it. And he's been a great asset for those guys, kind of a sounding board. Because a lot of places don't have guys who they can even talk to, and he's been a great asset for us. So he'll be with us a couple days a week and help us out.
It's really kind of a minor thing, but is that a paid position? I don't know about student assistants.
Not really student assistant. He's just a undergraduate student trying to get his degree, so he's allowed to come out.
So it's not a paid position.
No.
Is it any closer to a starting kicker? I guess somewhere about 24.
Yeah, he could be named any minute. So we're closer and closer, and we feel a lot more comfortable about where we are as far as the kickoff duties and the field goal kicking duties.
Could those be separate?
Could be.
Is there a chance we see Bryce out there punting on Saturday?
There's a chance. He's done a good job kicking for us. The young kids done a great. Marshall's done a great job as well. That's been a tough battle, really tough battle, because they both do a really good job of getting it off quickly, which is my number one concern. Number two concern is the distance and the hang, because they got such a great returner. So either one of those guys could go out there. They're both weapons, and the good thing is one's right, one's left. So you got different spin on the ball there.
Kirby, is there a chance you're going to wait till Saturday to reveal the starter at quarterback?
Just when we know, we'll know. So, as soon as we know something, we'll come forward with it. But that's a chance if we don't know who's going to start till then.
Is it a couple more days? Is that continuing to evaluate how they handle the game plan, like you said last week?
Right. They're both moving forward with the game plan because from an entire library of information getting reduced to a few books, guys start picking things up faster. So it lightens the load some, and guys begin to play faster. Even the guys around them begin to play faster.
Concerning Sony, is it a situation where in the next few days you guys are going to X-ray him, scan him somehow, look at the injury?
I want to X-ray him every day. I'm hoping for every day to show progress and show things going on to help him, But ultimately, we're going to have to make a decision because obviously he's not been able to get tackled to the ground. You don't ever like to play somebody when you haven't done that. It's happened before, but it's not a situation you like to do without a guy having gone through a full live scrimmage.
Kirby, you talk about playing faster on the defensive side. How quickly are the guys able to do what they're supposed to do without having to stop and think?
Well, they better be able to do it. The problem is no matter what we do, we probably won't do what they do. It just never works out that way. It's what offensive coordinators get paid to do, to confuse you and show you something you hadn't seen. And they got tape on us, we got tape on them. We know for the most part what they're going to do, but we don't know what formation, what motion, what shift they're going to do. So I hope the kids can go out there and play fast because that's what our job is, to get them to do that. But obviously North Carolina has something to do with that too.
Because would you mind giving us a rundown on who's going to be up and who's going to be down, and when game day rolls around?
Tell me who you want to know about. I got a lot of guys to go through.
Well, I mean, in terms of your 10 on-field guys, like Schumann.
Yeah, Schumann's going to be up.
Okay.
Schumann will be up. Cher, Rocker, Mel will be down.
Okay.
You know, Jim will be down, Shane will be down, helping with special teams.
Okay.
Sam will be down. Between Coley and Dale, we'll have one up, one down.
Okay.
And I think that's all the guys.
Yeah, that's good.
If you don't know, just watch kickoff. Some down, some up. I never knew that's such a big deal you got.
Kirby, you talked before, I think, about how at Alabama y'all went inside because of the heat, legs. Y'all haven't been able to do that much. That and practice, or some of the rain, how has it affected kind of prep for a game that's going to be in?
That's my biggest frustration, is that you don't get to practice where you play. That's inside. It's not so much just the heat, because you can control that by how much you do out there, cut back on what you do, how long you're out there. But I like to be able to practice on the same turf inside a building. You know, I always felt like there we dropped a lot of balls inside because it was adjusting to the inside and the backdrops and things like that. That's more of a concern for me than just the heat and weather. You know, they got to push through that regardless. But you know, it's not a perfect world, but we know that there's the end in sight. So we're going to do the best we can with it and control the things we can control.
Do you think you guys have had good quality practices despite having to go into heat day after day?
Yeah, I really have been pleased. I don't think they've been as fast. Here's my experience. When you go inside, you practice faster, timing's better, everything's faster. It's even that way in the dome the other day. You have a faster practice, so that's a good thing. But the mental toughness of going outside, there's an aspect of that. So this group's had to do that a lot more than the other. So you gain in one area, you might lose in one area. But I don't think you get to sustain and practice as long, as fast when you do that. So you got to be smart as a coach how much you do out there. The great thing is that we got the GPS system to track legs, how fast they're running, are they dipping, are they rising, where are they going right now. So,
Have you guys gotten Quincy back to full speed yet?
yeah, I think Quincy's back. He's done a good job. I wouldn't say he's 100%, but I'd say he's back close to where he needs to be.
Kirby, I know you just coached, your last game was against Clemson, and you have guys on your staff that just came from ACC programs. Have they talked to you about, the quality of that league?
Yeah, we know the quality of the league. You know, the last couple of years, they've had more first rounders than the SEC, and it's a very respectable league. We got a lot of respect for that league. I mean, playing Clemson, Georgia Tech each year, Florida State's a program that won the national championship. You know, Miami's a good program. I mean, there's a lot of good programs in that league. Our kids respect that league. They know. I mean, there's a lot made about that, but not within our department, because we know North Carolina's a really good football team.
Kirby, I know most coaches like to have more practices. Will you be happy, relieved to get to a game?
Oh, yeah. We need to get to a game. It's our next step. I mean, we need to show the progress we've made, and I don't think we can take more steps forward until we play a game. We play a game, we're going to be able to say, okay, this is how they responded in this adversity, in this situation, because regardless, there's going to be good and bad things that happen. And how our kids respond to them, I don't really know. I'll only find that out on Saturday night. So I'm excited to find out how we respond, because I think that's the only way we're going to get better.
With Gene Chizik running the defense, is some of the things you're seeing maybe similar to what they did when, Auburn did right when he was
Sure,
there?
they're similar to what he did at Auburn. Yeah, he's been pretty consistent, very fundamental defense, hard playing. I've watched a lot of their defense on tape, trying to help Coach Chaney. Got a lot of respect for the way they play defense and how they execute. Do a really good job.
Defensively, we talked about that middle linebackers with you or inside linebackers with you recently. Is that a situation where you're comfortable with all three of those guys calling the defense and articulating all that stuff?
I feel good about those three. Those three have all practiced hard. Those kids practice hard. Really proud of how they practice.
Kirby, a little dumb question considering the game week is North Carolina, but they put out a thing today that said fans are asked to wear black jerseys for the Louisiana Lafayette game. Are you guys...
I don't understand your question.
Not black jerseys, to wear black. Are you wearing black jerseys for that game also?
We're probably going to wear those black jerseys. I just don't know when. It's just one of those things that, to be honest with you, I can't believe you'd ask me that question right now.
I just said it was dumb. Go ahead.
I tell my guys all the time if you know it's a dumb question. I got a lot more on my plate right now than the black jerseys. All right, so yeah, we may wear them. I don't really know. When we do, I'm not concerned with black jerseys like y'all are. I'm a lot more concerned with what's inside the jersey.
It seems like we've almost glossed over at this point, the fact that you're going to have Nick Chubb in this game. When you look back at when you inherited the situation back in December and you knew what you had,
I thought
knowing
it
what
was
you
50
got,
at
what you
best.
got.
I mean, I really didn't. I mean, I guess it's hard because you see him limping and you see him, you know, do the brace. You see him through spring, and it's not in your mind. It's like a little doubtful. But I will say this: as the summer went, it became more and more promising, and that's a credit to Ron Corson, his staff, and a credit to Nick Chubb, man. I mean, when I went out and watched this kid do the taekwondo and karate and the stuff he did, it's incredible what he's done. So it's a credit to him.
Was that Ron's idea for the taekwondo thing?
I'll be honest with you, I can't answer that. I'd like to say it was. I think it was because he's done it before. I give Ron the credit, but Nick likes that stuff.
With all the plays you've been around in your career, you talk about the work ethic and all that Nick put through, kind of where does he stack up in your eyes in that regard?
He's top 10. I've been around some good ones now. Some like really like to practice and really work, and he's in that category.
Sort of a personal question. What sort of intangible qualities do you look for in a starter? Just any starter.
Any starter.
Any starter. What sort of-
Toughness, competitiveness, relentless effort, over and over and over again, regardless if it's Monday of the Nickel State game or if it's Monday of the Super Bowl. They're going to practice the same way.
With your kickers, do you know what their range is like in terms of,
Sure.
do you have good confidence of that certain?
Yeah, definitely not. You're asking what it is?
No, we haven't seen them except for, I guess, G-Day, right?
Yeah, I've seen them a lot, so I know what the range is, but I'd rather not share that.
Do you have one more question?
Kirby, was it important to get to the dome just so the kids could see the dome, get that out of the way, or is that really overrated?
Really wasn't what it was about. I would love to go on the Falcons. We'd been home sooner. I'd been able to watch some high school football games, but we couldn't. So we had to go further.